What up?
Yo,
It's
yo.
good. You straight?
You know I'm good, baby. What's happening?
Arguing with the wife because of you.
Hey, B, let me tell you something. When I was trying to build our community, our some dude community, I look at Miriam like she's one of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the guys, bro, because of the kind of husband she has. You're that husband. You're that husband where like she knows that you ignorant. She knows. She knows the man she married.
That's true.
So it's kind of like me inviting her in to the group. It's kind of like, oh, you know, this is still a safe zone. It's a safe place. They don't understand what
the
we
husband
doing.
needs a safe zone, fam. How you got a safe zone and I don't?
Well, my wife's not on Facebook.
That don't. Oh.
So that's my safe zone. That's where Facebook is a safe zone. But I understand what you're saying, though. I didn't mean for it to go down like that. I didn't mean for it to be like that. But I told Miriam, it's all in clean fun. She know we having fun. She know we out here. Tell Miriam to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, you're right.
All right? Tell her to look at the bigger picture. That's all we doing.
I guess so, fam. I guess so. I'm not even gonna hold you, man. Hey, man, it's episode 72, fam.
That's dope.
How you feel?
I feel good, man. We one day away from New Year's Eve.
The last episode of the year.
God. I just said it. I was like, man, I feel like we just recorded the last episode of the new year just last year. It's a wrap. That was the name of the episode. Go back to the archives. The episode was called "It's a Wrap." That was the last episode of 2019, and now we are here, the end of 2020.
And you know who was on the cover of that? It was Drake.
Crazy.
And we definitely gonna talk about Drake today because it's already started an argument in the Some Dude Pod group.
I seen it.
About if does Drake have a classic?
Oh shit!
Does Drake is Drake era? Is the Drake era over? All of this stuff. But before we do that, and make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you listen to podcasts. Just go ahead and search us out. Make sure you follow us on Instagram too. You follow us on Instagram, click the link. All them links are there. And also, man, you go ahead and get that merch. That merch SD 15. Go ahead and get you that 15% off. So go ahead and get that and all of that. And I'll try not to get in trouble this podcast because of Mike.
It's never meant to be this way. It's never meant to be this way, Miriam.
It's never meant to be this way, Michael.
It's never meant to be that way. Never meant
to be that way. But your wife ain't on Facebook. Mine's is.
Okay.
And I gotta watch what I say, cause I can't even put a velvet picture up, fam.
Now look, dog. Look here. I ain't got nothing to do with that one. That's totally on you on that one, okay? I don't know why you would be allowed.
Never seen the velvet painting. I ain't showing no nipple.
I didn't know that. Right? You explained that with your expert. I'm on your side on that one. I'm on your side.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. You should be able to put a velvet painting up on the background for me so I can see exactly what it was. You know?
Yeah, man. I feel you. You been on Clubhouse lately, bro?
I've been on Clubhouse. I've kind of been in and out this week. I haven't really sat in on any conversations. But what have I missed? Have I missed anything?
You ain't missed nothing. I think it's starting to die down a little bit. People ain't going up in there just to go up in there and act a fool no more. I've set in some joints around like content and podcasting, so I've been learning a little bit more.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the main reason to go up in there now.
Okay.
So make sure you do that, man. It's not been no room. Well, it probably be a room tonight, a couple of rooms tonight. Room number one is probably going to be this Drake thing that Charlamagne said.
All right, if anything pop off in a room like that, ping me in. So I need to get in on that.
Yeah, man. Charlamagne made the internet fuss on his episode, on that latest episode of Brilliant Idiots. He said that the Drake era is over. One of the key quotes was, "I don't know if he has another gear." I'll read the quotes right here. Drake has given us so much music that I don't know if he has another gear. We know Kendrick has another gear. He shows us that with every project. Drake is giving us so much. I don't know if he has another gear. Therefore, I'm not looking forward to anything. Let me ask y'all a question. Are we still in the Drake era? Or is radio such a prehistoric form, of media that hasn't changed the temperature of what actually going on in these streets? Still feels like we're in the Drake era, but I don't think so. I don't think we're in the Drake era. I don't think we've been in a Drake era for the past 3 or 4 years. Mike, when you hear that, what are your thoughts?
Well, my first thought is that we clearly know somewhat the history of Charlemagne and Drake. I think it's kind of a one-sided thing, with Charlemagne, of course.
For those who don't know, what you talking about?
I feel like Charlemagne has expressed, his certain amount of interest in Drake's music throughout his career for the most part, I would say. I want to make sure am I on point with that? Am I in the right area? I feel like Charlemagne has showed dislike with Drake as far as music wise is concerned. Not necessarily that he doesn't make good music, but maybe necessarily it's not for him, or maybe he feels Drake should do certain things. I don't know, but that's clear as day. And
can you be somebody who? Well, I know it's impossible for half of the niggas in this some pod group, but can you be not a fan of somebody and be objective?
Yeah, sure, you could.
So could Charlemagne be objective here?
He could be objective, but it just, to me, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. I don't agree.
Tell me why.
I disagree with that totally. And I was saving it for right now, and then I seen you had posted it, and I seen people comment on it in the group. Shout out to Leonard Williams. He kind of hit this one on the head. He kind of hit it how I was feeling. This is how I was feeling. I'm gonna quote him too. I'm gonna do a quote.
Yeah, go ahead and read L's joint.
Shout out to the homie Leonard Williams. He says he's gonna have to eat those words. I refuse to believe that Drake will have a whole album drop without a runaway hit single. Not one. It'll never happen. More than likely, he'll have multiple hit singles. And how soon we forget that this nigga is a rap chameleon, and he is always at the cutting edge of relevance. Okay. The first time we heard the Migos was with Drake. First time we heard Block Boy JB with Drake. Yep. This nigga can sing No Guidance with Chris Brown and work with Rihanna, then do Sicko Mode with Travis Scott, then do Laugh Now Cry Later with Dirk. If the nigga wanted to be a hooper, he'd be Kobe. All right, relax. How you want it? You want this J cut? You want this J from anywhere on the court? I'm gonna tell you where I'm going, and you still can't stop, or you want me to let my nuts hang, or your neck when I dunk on you. I ain't even going to records he did with Hove that he used for album fillers. Mm-hmm. His only bump in the road is Pusha T.
Okay, so this is when I think both of y'all are overthinking this. I think both of y'all are overthinking this. We know. See, first let's go to 2020. Part of this is the recap what's happened in the year. Just look at 2020. It was a pandemic. Since March, a lot of us has been in the house. Mm-hmm. So artists such as Drake, such as Kendrick, such as Cole, and some of these other artists, they're gonna drop and then they're gonna go on tour. Mm-hmm. That's the MO here. They're gonna drop their album and then they're gonna go on tour. Drake is not gonna drop an album and not be able to tour off that album. It's almost impossible for him to do that, especially to make that money. He dropped the Lucy's, you know what I'm saying, early, in the middle of the year, third quarter, I think it was, but More Life or whatever it was, but
he got a demo tapes.
Yeah, the demo tapes or some shit, whatever. Mm-hmm. But and I'm glad that we said it just like that. But anyway, thing is Drake is not dropping, and a lot of these artists are not dropping. So they're not dropping it's easy to forget about people, especially during the pandemic. So I'm not going to say what Charlemagne is saying here is all the way right, but he has a point, and I think we overthinking it. I think Drake is just at a point where it's like the Jay-Z transition.
Okay.
How Jay-Z transitioned into Drake. This ain't Jay-Z's era, but he's going to drop and he's still going to do all of the numbers that you expect him to do.
Okay.
But when you look at the landscape, it's 2 to 3 rappers right now that these kids, not us, not the 38-year-old Bang, not the 34-year-old Mike B, is looking at.
Okay.
They're looking at Lil Baby. They're looking at Da Baby. They're looking at Roddy Ricch. Drake, we know who he is. We know who he is. We know he's always going to have the spotlight. We already know that he's going to do all of the numbers and all of that. But his era don't last forever, fam. Just like Jay-Z's era don't last forever. So everything that y'all saying is right. I just think that y'all not thinking in the way of Drake still is him, but Drake don't hold this era like these little kids do now.
Is the way that you're saying it right now is the way that Charlemagne is saying it? Is that what he's saying?
Well, I don't think Charlemagne's saying too much of shit.
I don't think he's not saying too much of shit, but it sounds like what he's saying is that Drake's run is over.
That's the point. Like that, he said the era is over. This ain't Drake's era no more. These little kids' era. And these little kids is Lil Baby, Da Baby, Roddy Ricch. That's them. That's them, nigga. We get old. And I think a lot of and I think a lot of this again is a lot of niggas that don't want their era to go nowhere. Fam, we gotta move on. Like these kids, there's demographics, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, actually, what's the era of Drake involved what other artists? Obviously, we have Cole.
It was him and Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne.
Okay, so we put Drake in that era, or do we put Drake in multiple? Do we put Drake in multiple eras?
Yes,
because Drake was in the era.
Yes, he's Cole. Eras. He transitions between that Jay-Z and Lil Wayne shit. He transitions into all of that and keeps it going. Like this has been him. But the one thing that we're forgetting about is that you can drop albums, still be cold, but still make way for these other kids that's coming in, and that's what they doing. That's why Lil Baby is the only rap artist to go double platinum this year. That's why I put in those. That's why I put in context.
Yeah,
and that's why I said for context. Look at the numbers when it comes to radio. The most played artists in radio are the 3 artists that I named. That's why I disagree with him somewhat with what he said. Because the flip of that is Drake is 4th, and Drake didn't really drop anything and go hard. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's done, but it's coming to an end. But it's coming to the end don't mean Drake is dead. He's just transition. What did we say about Jerry Rice last week? You don't even put him in a section with some of these wide receivers. That's the same with Jay-Z. There's a number of Jay-Z, Nas, and a couple of other people. Jay-Z, Nas, a couple of other people. It's like, yo, you don't even put them in this category no more. Drake's been in that for about 3-4 years. 3-4 years. He's been there.
Shout out to Jay Moore. He said, fuck Drake.
Yeah, I put it up in the joints.
Mike can't be objective at all. Yo, it's a funny ass Drake story, fam.
Which is probably going to come within the show. But that's
I'm not even having no Drake conversation with the homie Jay Moore. Shout out to Jay Moore.
But go on Billboard. Go on Billboard and you look at these artists. And you're gonna see those 3. If anything, a lot of these old niggas who's gonna pop up here, it's gonna have to realize this. This Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole era is moving on. And you're
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Oh, you agree. See, that's the point I'm making.
I agree with everything you're saying, but the way Charlemagne said it is not how you're saying it. the way Charlamagne is saying Drake is done. That's what he's saying.
No, he didn't say Drake is done. He said he don't think he have another gear.
That's the way he's saying it.
He said Drake don't have another gear.
I think
and I'm gonna come to that next. Because that's a legit question to me. But I think this Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Big Sean, that era is coming to an end. And you got Lil Baby, Da Baby, Roddy Ricch, Gunna, and a couple of others that are
Dirt.
Yeah, you could put
Herbo.
They all, this is daytime now. And us old niggas got to stop fighting it. Like, oh man, no, this ain't Drake era. What y'all talking about? He could still be the GOAT, nigga. Like Mike era wasn't his era when he came back to the Wizards. When he left, shit started to transition. The pandemic, everybody left. When you come back, you Michael Jordan with the Wizards. To me, I'm not, to keep it a buck, I'm not really anticipating a Kendrick Lamar album. I'm not really anticipating the J. Cole album. I'm not anticipating the Drake album. If they drop, they drop. Simple as that. But I'm also at an age where it's like I don't really care. But these little kids, man, that's why you listen to the radio. You hear Lil Baby. You hear Roddy Ricch. You hear the Baby. And I think we need to give the Baby a little bit more respect than niggas been giving them.
Oh yeah. I think though with Drake though, Drake is gonna find a way, even though it's not his era. He's gonna be a part of the era.
Yeah, he's gonna be a part of it.
Because we saw one of the first verses that they did. Boy Wonder, Hit Boy. Boy Wonder played an unreleased Drake joint, and who was it featuring? Lil Baby.
Because he's gonna Drake is gonna be Jay-Z.
Drake knows.
Like Jay-Z,
I think he'll be Jay-Z, but I think he'll be more active. He'll be more active in the music industry than Jay-Z.
No. What I'm saying is that Drake is gonna be like Jay-Z when he know he's gonna have to pull in some of these people. Yeah. And it's only because I gotta keep these little kids knowing my name and talking about me. So Jay-Z knew he had to bring J. Cole on the track. Jay-Z knew he had to bring Jake on the track. And before anybody say anything, this ain't about ageism, because I think we've passed that when it comes to rap. I think that ageism shit is dead. Like some of these old, like the best rappers, our favorite rappers are still old. It was a XXL article tweet that came out with like naming all of these rappers that's like between 40 and 50 years old. Eminem just dropped. Eminem, what, 45?
Eminem 47.
No, he's 47. Busta Rhymes dropped. How old is Busta Rhymes?
Busta Rhymes he 40 something.
Yeah, like
no, 50. No, Busta Rhymes 50.
I think he's 50. And then even if you look at Conway and like them niggas like 23, 24, 25 years old. They in their mid to late 30s. So this is no ageism. I think that ageism stuff is dead. What it is though is eras. Eras and ageism are a lot different here.
Yeah.
Like cause Noriega dropped the album a couple of years ago and I thought it was nice. Who else dropped an album? That was in a 50, like 40s or 50s.
You talking about this year?
Yeah, I mean Nas. I mean, my bad. Excuse me, Nas.
Oh, Nas.
Nas
got album of the year to me.
Yeah. You think that he got a Grammy nomination? So it's no ageism. This ain't no ageism. This is just eras. Marvin Gaye was still dropping albums until his untimely passing. And it was other people that was out here shining and a lot more younger than him. Temptations too. Like Temptations been about 4 or 5 different members every couple of years. Like there's a lot of people coming out with albums. Ain't no such thing as ageism to me no more in hip hop. Cameron, Jim Jones, and Joel Santana rapping on the doggone Knicks court.
Which is fire, by the way.
Fire, by the way. To me, it's no ageism in hip. All that ageism stuff before somebody say something, that shit's dead. But what it is, though, is you look at demographics. When you look at radio, and we talked about this on the show too. When we look at radio is going after a certain demographic. When you listen to radio, that's why you hear those three artists. If you go look at Billboard and you check out who's the most played artist on radio, you will see three names that I've already named. If you looked at most streamed, you're going to see names that I've already named. You're going to see those three cats. Lil Baby, Da Baby, Roddy Ricch is this generation's J. Cole, not in the terms of their rap style. Just thinking of like that three-headed monster that came out. That is Jim. There is J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake of this era. And a lot of people was putting Lil Baby in the forefront of this. And if you look at it, the one who's probably having the most pop success right now, especially when it comes to radio, is Da Baby. And then you got Roddy Ricch is coming up. The box is a year old, and it's still
one of the hottest records in the country.
Still one of the hottest records. So what I will say is this: after the pandemic is going to show a lot about the listening habits of people. Like, I think what we're going to see is how us, the listener, is going to react to a lot of these artists. I think Da Baby, and Roddy Ricch is set in stone where they're going to be there. Like, they're going to be there. But I think with a lot of these other cats who, when we start getting into touring, I think all this stuff we talking about Drake is why I say the era might be closing. It might be closing, but it's closing only to put him at a different status where he's bigger. Like, he's in the Jay-Z joint, he's in the Lil Wayne joint, he's in the.
Are we at a point where when Drake drops, we don't compare Drake to Drake albums to the albums that come out this year? We only compare
exactly. We shouldn't even be doing that. To keep it a buck, we shouldn't even be doing that right now. We shouldn't be doing that right now. When Drake releases that album in a couple of weeks, we shouldn't even be comparing it to some of these other cats.
I don't think Drake dropping in a couple of weeks, but we'll see though.
I mean, Certified Lover Boy got to.
Why does it have to drop? Why does it have to drop?
To me, it has to drop because it's been too long before some of these top artists in rap, these elder statesmen, even if you want to call it, like Busta's dropped and a lot of these old cats has dropped. The young cats is doing their thing, right? They all doing their thing. But Kendrick, J. Cole, who's already dropped the little Instagram joint about what's coming up next for him, they got to drop now. They got to drop now. It's been too long. It's been too long for Kendrick, especially. It's been way too long for Kendrick, especially. It's time.
But you asked a good question though. Like, are we gonna see these A-list artists drop this year? But like you said, these artists, they depend on touring. Like, there's gotta be something else with it, yo. I think they'd be cool with not dropping. Like, if they don't have to, if they know they're not gonna make their bag after the drop.
Yeah, they'd be cool if they're not touring. If you're not touring, but they gotta eventually drop something. Okay, they gotta eventually drop something. But Drake, as my man Twiller just said, Drake's sitting on a mountain by himself. That nigga don't even give a damn about an era. Like, I don't even know why that's such a big deal. He's sitting, like Twiller said, he's sitting on a mountain by himself. He's good, fam. He is at the top of a mountain, just like Jay-Z's at a mountain, just like he's at that level right now. He ain't got to worry about an era. He's never going to go anywhere. He don't even need to be in that conversation. He's been, it's been since 2005? 2020, fam. It's 2020. You can say, like, if somebody were to say that Drake was the GOAT of this era, that so why are we gonna go into 2021 talking about some Mr. Come on, fam. Like, nah, I think it's some things when we see something, whether it's clickbaity or not, we just got to be like, all right, man, whatever. So what? Like, there's artists that at this point in time, when they drop, they're not dropping for competition. Okay. When they drop, they're not dropping because of anything, because I just want to drop some music. And I think Drake has actually been at that for about 4 years now.
Yep.
All right. He started calling his music playlist, G. Come on, man.
More life. That's what More Life was. More Life was a playlist.
That's he started calling it playlists. Like, fam, Drake. To me, Drake and Kendrick did what they needed to do for the era that they in. I will say this: if I had to pick between Drake and Kendrick to say who's the king of this era, is Drake. I don't think Kendrick dropped enough. And it's not that he had to drop every year. Yeah. It's just that man catalog ain't as strong as Drake's. He could be a better rapper if you want to say all you want to. Yeah. But I don't think he got that. So again, I believe what you said, what L said is right. But I think that we overthinking it when we hear somebody say, yo, that era is over. Eras die to make way for new eras. Yeah. And if you look at radio and you look at the numbers, I think we are in good hands with DaBaby, Lil Baby, and Roddy Ricch. They're not putting out no garbage. If you want to add other people up in that, like Gunna and all that stuff, and Dirk, all up in there is cool. But another one, Future, that Future era is Future solidified. Yep. If somebody were to say, yo, Future era is over, all right, cool, bet.
I get where you saying. I get where Charlamagne's coming from, but like I said, when I first hear it, when he says it, it just sounds more of shit. Charlamagne on that Drake hating shit again. We know where this is going. Drake ain't got another gear.
When niggas say shit, y'all automatically go to the hating stuff. Like somebody hating.
That's where you would get it. That's a fair analysis when you hear it come from him. Because of we already know. But in the way that we're explaining it right now, the way that you're breaking it down, then yeah, I get it. But I agree and I still somewhat disagree. I feel like Drake has another gear. An error, yeah, sure. But
that's the question I want to get into. Now that I think is the question.
He has another gear. What does that mean? Like he doesn't have another run where he can be arguably artist of the year, drop album of the year. You know what I'm saying? Be the guy that's number one records all over radio and nominations and all that shit like that. Is that the gear that we're?
Okay, let me ask a question, and y'all feel free to comment. Y'all feel free to comment too, because I think it's a legitimate question. I think it's a legitimate question, but I don't think it's a bad question. Mm-hmm. Does Drake has another gear? Now hear me out here. I'm going to use Jay-Z for an example first. Jay-Z comes out. He gives you, let's look at the first three. Jay-Z gives you Reasonable Doubt. He gives you In My Lifetime. He gives you Hard Knock Life, right? Hard Knock Life is when he starts to, now I'm about to blow up. And I've talked about how people lie about being Jay-Z fans when he first came out. I'm one of the few people that had Dead Presidents, the single. I'm one of the few people that was already up on Jay-Z before he had to re-release Reasonable Doubt in Volume 1 when Volume 2 came out. All right, but then you go to the next stage of Jay-Z, the Volume 3, that MTV era, the Dynasty. And then you have Blueprint. Mm-hmm. And many would consider Blueprint to be Jay-Z's best album, either that or Reasonable Doubt, depending on the day you at. That's second level Jay-Z to me. Mm-hmm. And then you start getting the third level Jay-Z when it comes to the next step. And then you got 444. Now, Jay-Z is 50. Now, 51. But he seemed to grow each year. Does Drake will give you number ones. Yeah, he's gonna give you number ones. Then they're guaranteed that as soon as he dropped the first single off of Certified Lover Boy, it'll be the number one song in the country that week. Mm-hmm. But I'm talking about we talking about gears here. Drake has never had an album that you would that anybody would be here and be like, yo, album of the year. Album, not rap album, but album of the year. Does Drake have? Do you believe that Drake has another gear?
I think he do. I think he does, and I think he still has more to prove. I think he's still, that Pusha T shit is probably still like, on his mind. It's there. People don't think I can rap. Still, all right. Let me get in the studio. I think Drake is the master at playing chess, Joe, and getting in the studio and just like giving the people what they claim he ain't doing. Like, I think like that's Drake is like, it's kind of like a whole thing. Like, but at a time when Jay had his gears going, he was dropping every year. Drake kind of had a similar thing going, but Jay stopped that. Jay stopped dropping every year. But I think with Jay stopped dropping every year. With Drake, that gear, like when he dropped now, like it's like, man, something to prove still, bro. We still haven't got the end of the Pusha T shit, B. I think the Pusha T shit still is sitting nice and well on them, and that's just gonna prove to niggas like, bro, I'm with this rapping shit, bro. I think that's one thing that Drake still needs to really get to, fam. Is, man, I'm with this rapping shit. Y'all niggas need to understand that this is where I'm at with it. I'm with this rapping shit, bro, and I get big.
I don't know if he has another gear, G.
So are we not talking like when you say gear, like we don't
wait,
like,
matter of fact, let me fix what I said. Let me fix what I said, because I don't want to be on my Young Thug shit and talk too fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think Drake has another gear. Do he want to push it?
Okay.
Is the question.
Okay.
I think a lot of rap, I think for all Drake's successes, I think Drake has gotten comfortable with giving you those social media quotes in the song, so to speak. Getting you something to quote, get you something to talk about, to put in an Instagram caption, and all of that stuff.
That's what we love.
I think
we love.
That's so I think he caters to an audience. He knows how he's gonna get that number one. He gonna get it, put it in a bag, boom. It's almost like James Harden. I'm not saying that he's James Harden of this era, but it's almost like James Harden.
He knows the formula to be the MVP of the league.
He knows all it takes for me is to score 8 points in a quarter for 4 quarters, and I'm gonna be straight.
So scoring 8 points in a quarter, that's just doing enough to be relevant. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So what you saying is Drake don't have enough to actually
not doing enough to be relevant. Doing enough to get y'all talking, to get y'all listening, to get those number ones. I think, in my opinion, Drake has not went in to make that album where he say, yo, this is gonna be the album of the year. I don't think he's done that yet. I don't think he's done that yet. And I think he can. It's just, does he want to? And I don't know if he wants to do it. But I think for music heads, and for people that had that conversation, I truly believe that that's what they want from him. And that's they knock.
That's what I want from him.
I think that's that knock on Buddy. Like, if you were to look at the top 5 albums of all time, and you look how talented Drake is, you would expect him to have something that can reach that level. Like, does Drake has an It's Dark and Hell Is Hot? Does Drake have a Blueprint? Does Drake has an Illmatic, or to what some of y'all talk about, Stillmatic? Does Drake has a When Disaster Strikes? Like, does Drake have any of those? I'm not saying that he don't. I'm just asking. What Drake album is? Don't just put an album up there just to say, well, if I had to pick, it would be. No. If you were to say that this album is Mount Rushmore, one of the greatest, We talking about blah, 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 blah. Put that shit in the Library of Congress, all that shit. What Drake album is that?
Drake got 2, bro. He got 2 classics, arguably. 2.
See,
Take Care.
You can't even,
Take Care.
You can't even use the word arguably, because part of that arguably is fan shit. I'm talking about set in stone. Ain't nobody arguing if Blueprint is a classic, G.
All right. If you argue that, he has no. You're right there. He don't have argument. He don't have. I don't think he has. You know what? You're right. Drake don't have a solidified.
I'm talking about pushing the culture. He got songs.
Yeah,
he got songs like that. But I'm talking about a full body of work.
Yeah, he doesn't have a full body of work that people would just automatically, instantly say, "Boom, that's the one. That's his Reasonable Doubt. That's his Illmatic." But you have the arguable albums, which I think he has 2. That's Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. I think when people argue Drake's best albums, classic albums, I think they bring up those 2 the most. But does he have that one? Like you said, he has songs, he has moments, features, classic, everything. But does Drake actually have that one solidified album that you could possibly go back and remember and put like in that category of top rap albums ever? I don't know, probably not. But is he in gear to do that right now? Possibly. I don't know. When we listen to it, when we perceive it that way, you know how people is with Drake, man. They ain't gonna want to say it. They ain't gonna want to say it's a classic, bro. Like, I think Drake has got himself to a point where it's like, man, when it comes to that, they don't want to put him in that category, fam. It's tough. The people already have a hard time arguing about Drake when it comes to him being top artist and then being one of them guys to be like one of the GOATs like of all time. Motherfuckers, they don't like that shit, Joe. They don't like to put him in that category, bro.
Yeah. So, now, yeah. Like, I mean,
Drake has no skip proof albums. That's what Lee Moore said.
Yeah, hey. I think, like, again, and I know it's a lot of Drake fans on this timeline. I know my man Marcus Jordan has probably got about 15 owls that's posted on the motherfucking status coming and all that stuff. But I think there's people who like Drake, which is a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think it is people who really are music people who write, talk, eat, sleep, drink this joint, and it's like, yo, what is his magnum opus? And I think when you listen to when you hear people talk about music, they're gonna have, like, everybody's gonna have some type of magnum opus of theirs. Like DMX is Dark and Hell is Hot, Nas Illmatic, or It Was Written, depending on how y'all feel about it. Jay-Z Blueprint, Reasonable Doubt, depending on how y'all want to think about it. 444 for the niggas is like, oh, Jay-Z still got it and all that stuff. More don't like Black Album. Like, and more don't like Black Album. We want to talk about Lil Wayne got at least 2 Carter albums that you would put up in that.
Is it possible? So is it possible for Drake to actually do that? You know what I'm saying? Based off how long he's been in the game, like, you would think that would have been something that you would think that's something he would have did early in his career. Normally, when people drop their classics, it's early on in their career.
Again, this social media era changed a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. But I also think to that, like, for everybody in this era to love Lil Wayne, like, this is what I'll say. For everybody in this era to love Lil Wayne, they don't understand that when Lil Wayne left, like when the old Cash Money stuff left them, Juvenile, BG with the jail, Turk with the jail, he knew he had to go to a certain level. Then that's when Carter 1 and Carter 2 came. Mm-hmm. And he prided himself on having an album that you could talk about, such as some of the ones that we talked about. Mm-hmm. I don't think a lot of artists from this era really give a damn about if this album is considered one of the greatest of all time or if people really fuck with this shit like this heavy. And I think streaming plays a part up in it too, because when you bought albums, you was hoping that like none of this shit was skips, because you felt like you knew somebody was lying when that person was like, all right, man, number 2 and number 3 was cold. You know what I'm saying? People don't even want to admit like it was Huff songs on albums that you spent $9.99 to $19.99 for. Now with streaming, if you picked up Certified Lover Boy and you hated 4 of the 10 songs that's on, you gonna put those 6 in the playlist and rock those 6 and be like, yo, this album cold as hell.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to my boy Lewis. He just said what I just said. If he did drop something of that magnitude, people won't admit it.
I dead ass think that's a lie. I'm gonna tell you why I think that's a lie. I'm gonna tell you why that's a lie. The reason why that's a lie, because that's what everybody's expecting. They're expecting that. That's what they want. Like, they literally want that. That's why when you have a lot of people who like Drake or whatever, but then he get on the song and he starts singing and shit, they be like, oh.
You right.
Stop singing. Stop harding. Nobody want to hear
that. So what you think that is, if Drake does, say for instance, if Drake does drop a classic, people gonna be like, yes, it's about time. You think we gonna get that?
If Drake drop a Blueprint, if Drake drops a Illmatic, he's the greatest of all time. Ever.
That's
in rap. Rap. I'm telling you this now. He has all of the numbers, G. His numbers are better than some of the like the Beatles. His numbers are better than some of the Beatles. G, if he dropped that one magnum opus, G, it's a wrap. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time.
I ain't mad at that.
Because he would have everything. I mean, if that's what, and all I'm saying is, if that's what everybody is saying that he ain't got.
This is a good question right here. Shout out to Chris Jefferson. He said, question, what is the perfect Drake album that appeases everybody?
I mean, hold on for a second.
That's a good question.
I miss you.
Nah, fam. Don't do that. That's my nigga Roger. We record. This nigga's being ignorant as hell because he know I'm recording. Hey, we recording the clock, clown. We on the block. We on the pod, Lord. Go ahead and tune in. We on YouTube. Clown ass nigga. So yeah, fam. That's it. And it's rap. Don't nobody want him singing. Don't nobody want that. So the perfect Drake album is him rapping his ass off.
Okay.
That's it.
I think so. Yeah. All right. I'm with you.
Don't nobody want to hear that up in the sun in the studio.
We want to hear a half rap album, a half singing album.
Don't nobody want that.
True.
And to keep it a buck, don't keep it a buck. His biggest fans don't want that. His biggest rap male fans don't want that. They don't want that.
I agree.
They don't want that at all.
I agree.
They want to hear him. And he ain't got to give you 18 songs. He can give you 12 and just say, "Hey, this is what y'all want. I'm a bar y'all out."
He can do it too. He has the potential to do that. He has the potential to do that. Hey man, shout out to everybody that's in here right now, man. If y'all just now tuning in, what episode we in, Banks? The 72. Episode 72, Some Dude Pod, last episode of 2020. We appreciate everybody that's in here right now.
I'm waiting on D-Son. Man.
We about to do a continuation of the Randy Moss versus Jerry Rice debate.
I just hit him in the comment. I just hit him in the chat. I'm waiting on him. He has to explain. This whole Randy Moss is the greatest wide receiver of all time.
Yeah,
especially as we saw on NFL 100, Jerry Rice was named the greatest wide receiver of all time. I'm waiting on him.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on him.
But while we wait on the homie though, shout out to everybody that's been tuning in, everybody that's been rocking with Some Dude Pod. Last episode of 2020. We're gonna keep it going. Make sure y'all cop that
merch. We waiting on? Yeah, get that merch, man.
I'll drop the link in the comments, so y'all get on there right now. What we at? 15% off. 15% off.
Yeah, 15% off.
15% off on the merch. Yeah, and that's where we at with it, man.
Yeah, I'm waiting on D-Tuck because he said he was gonna be here. You know, so yeah, he needs to explain this whole thing because I don't want him to do this to me to say what I said last week and for him not to respond about that. But until we get to him, if he shows up, if he don't show up, merch, you sleep, fam. You just not paying attention. Quick, you just not paying attention. You see that? You see that?
And he been in the group. I'm finna drop it again. Here you go.
See.
Hold on.
Look, you know what? It's cool though. Hey man, since we're ending 2020 in like 36 hours or whatever, what is some of your favorite moments this year?
Oh, the pod? Oh, you talking about some of the favorite moments?
Anything, pod or music, whatever. What's some music?
My favorite pod moment. My favorite pod moment is. Oh yeah, this is easy right here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. This is fucking hilarious. Yeah. This is easily.
Quick, you good. You good, Lord. Oh, yeah.
Easily.
I'm still tripping that y'all didn't know. I'm still tripping.
My favorite pod moment. Easily.
I'm still tripping that y'all didn't know that RL said that before the song, G.
I was that day old when we recorded that episode. That was the beginning of that song.
Yes.
I was that day years old. That is
man, y'all only heard too close. That means none of y'all moms or aunties had the the next Too Close album. What episode is that?
What episode? Oh, I gotta go back and check that out. But that's my favorite pod moment of the year, though. Hilarious. I gotta go back and see. That was around the time when the Cardi B Megan song came out, and everybody was, you know what I'm saying, having a big fuss about, you know what I'm saying. I mean, we was like, yo,
yeah, that's the wet ass potting episode.
Wet ass potting. Yeah, that was the name of that episode. Like, everybody.
I'm shocked that y'all didn't know, fam. Like,
episode 53.
Episode 53. When Cats found out that RL said what he said in the joint, fam. That was a wild episode, though.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. I just realized I almost died during this pod like twice.
You did, Bang. That was in the beginning of the year when you
had COVID in the beginning.
You had COVID before we knew what COVID was.
Right. I had something. I was on the pod all hoarse and shit.
You had COVID before we knew what COVID was.
Like 36. And then I made people go get checkups after I went. I announced babies. I announced baby number 3 on this pod.
Yeah.
Man. But that RL would definitely be one of my favorites.
That was
my favorite pod moment. My favorite pod moment is really looking at how black players don't support black coaches. Like, and then you see what James Harden doing with the black coach. It's like, God damn, fam.
This is what we're talking about.
James Harden just don't care. Hey, I don't care if Buddy black or not. I don't want to be on this show.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on this team. I don't want to be on this team no more. But what's funny about the James Harden situation is how he had to sit out for COVID, but then everybody else went to go get their haircut, and then they couldn't play, and they had to cancel the first game of the season. Like, because John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, and all of them, they went to go get their haircut, and they got COVID, and or had to sit out because of it, and all he did was went to a strip club.
Do
you think he's gonna be traded, man? I still think
no, bro. James Harden is in Houston. I think, and also I think too, they have to see actually what they have with Boogie Cousins and John Wall.
Oh, the Keith Sweat is people's favorite of all time.
The Keith Sweat story. Oh yeah, my favorite. One of my favorite pies too was All-Star Weekend when I was the celebrity Uber driver.
Bruh, you was the celebrity Uber driver. Do you realize you was the celebrity? You was the celebrity Uber driver when everybody was getting sick.
Ooh, yep.
Everybody got sick when they came back.
Yep,
everybody got sick when they came back. I had people out here that was like, "Oh man, I was in Chicago, boom, boom, boom," but then next thing you know, they out for a week.
Yeah.
But you was out here Ubering. Who was Nivea,
Jacob Lattimore, his girl, all in one night. It was crazy.
They get paid for it at all.
They get paid at all. I got a selfie with Nivea though, but you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Nivea.
Got a selfie for Nivea.
Got a little selfie with Nivea, but we'll take it.
All right, man. Yeah, see. Now I think he's scared, fam. Now I think D-Son is scared. So let me explain to y'all what this man said. If y'all didn't listen to last week's pod, D-Son, after Randy Moss proclaimed that he was the greatest of all time, greatest wide receiver of all time, and he should think that. D-Son was like, yo, Randy Moss is the greatest wide receiver of all time. Is no debate. Went on his comment section, was arguing with everybody and their mama that Randy Moss is the greatest wide receiver of all time. I tried to get this man an out. Say he's the most talented wide receiver of all time. He's the most talented wide receiver of all time. But he ain't the best. His talent didn't create him, didn't make him to be the best wide receiver of all time. So he listened to the clip. I invited him to come on today's show to talk about it, and he ain't showed up.
I just sent this nigga a message.
I
just sent him a message too.
I sent them a message too. See, he could come on here, he could promote his podcast and all that stuff too. But he got to explain that terrible ass tape that Randy Moss is better than Jerry Rice.
And when he posted it up at first, I was like, yo, man, you can talk your shit. I said, go ahead, bro. I'm cool with that. If you say Moss is the GOAT, I'm cool with that. But you know his reasoning.
I'm gonna go to the YouTube page because it was a comment that somebody put on the YouTube page on the video, and I totally forgot.
Hey, Lewis, we said that already. You can't be the best ever, and you have not led the league in yards one time.
Man,
that Jerry Rice led the league in yards 6 times.
Right. I'm about to say this comment. I'm about to give you this comment that was said that I was like, yo, I forgot about that. Randy Moss has the record, right? What says 23 touchdowns? Fam, totally forgot about this. Randy Moss's touchdown record of 23 in 2016 was impressive, but he did that in 16 games. Jerry Rice had 22 touchdowns in 1987 in 12 games because it was a strike-shortened season. He was on pace to score 29 touchdowns. Bruh, where's D-Son at?
He
well, let's around to name this episode. Where's D-Son at? Where's he? Tag him, ping him, do whatever. All that stuff. We don't talk about Dwayne Haskins until he gets up in here. Because right now, I think Buddy ass scared. Talk about this take.
He ducking the smoke.
We're gonna get to Dwayne Haskins, Black Johnny Manziel.
My boy, oh my God. That's the accurate description?
Almost, man. Hey, Dwayne Haskins gets waived by the Washington football team after a wild year, which ended with him having a stripper party at the crib. No mask on, allowing somebody to take a picture. It gets on social media. The coach just beat cancer, so his immune system is still kind of wacky. And then you come through and have a huff-ass game.
Hey, look, man, I knew Dwayne Haskins was gonna not fail. I just knew he was. I didn't see it on draft when draft night came and he dropped all the way to 15. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say he dropped. That's where you were. don't think nobody was shocked that you got picked around what 15, 16 or whatever, bro. And you know his main comment was, "Yeah, I'm gonna make the NFL pay." You know what I'm saying? Blah 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 for passing me up. I knew he was done. But on top of, I'm sure that, you know, you're in the DC area, so you have more insight. Obviously, you got a lot of insight on what this man has been into.
I used to have a lot of office conversations, like walk in my office, and I ask questions like, "Yo, so what's up with this? What's up with that?"
Right. But from what I'm gonna just go off this.
Go ahead.
I just go that the fact that he's not good. He's not good at football. He's not good at playing quarterback in the NFL. I'm just gonna roll with that for now.
Okay, that's cool.
Now everything else we got going on, I'm gonna let you give the people on more insight of what's going on in the world of Dwayne Haskins since you're in the area.
Right. So first of all, let me say this. I understood what Booger McFarlane was trying to say. He just said that shit all the way wrong. This is not a black or white thing when it comes to Dwayne Haskins. Now, he's a black quarterback, and black quarterbacks be put in spaces that they don't need to be in.
Ooh, let me stop you real quick. Do you agree with Booger's comments?
No, I don't agree with it at all. I know what he was trying to say, but when he inputted race, just like he did and directed it towards black men,
he just shouldn't have said it.
Like, you shouldn't have said that.
He cooled out.
You're doing too much. You're not about to chastise me on race. Yes, especially with black quarterbacks, they have it hard. You know, they for years thought they wouldn't put a black quarterback up in there because they thought he was dumb. They said all he could do is be athletic and all that stuff. All right, I get it. Yeah. But you can't tell me about Dwayne Haskins when Russell Wilson is out here. Mm-hmm. I know what he was trying to say, but he should have just no.
Yeah.
You're not.
That wasn't good. Go ahead.
He turned it into some clown shit. Mm-hmm. But I'll say this. And that relationship between the Washington football team and Dwayne Haskins was doomed at the very beginning. Now, some of this stuff is stuff that was told to me that ended up being thrown out to the media before it was thrown out to the media. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, people really do believe in that organization that Daniel Daniel Snyder, the owner of the Redskins, Washington football team, that he drafted him because he went to school with his son. Oh, he did this, but you know him? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and draft him. And literally day one, Cass was like, I think this is going to be an RG3 situation. I'm talking about the draft was that night. The next day I came to work. Hey, man, what y'all think about the quarterback? Oh, man, this is about to be RG3 again. Not because of the talent, not because of the injury, but because of his family. Because them cats was heavily involved. Like, oh, man, just imagine, and I don't want to say no names, because we know people that we've seen in Chicago high school basketball. You went to Proviso East. We've also seen great basketball players in high school in every facet of Illinois. But they daddy or they parents or they uncle always wanting to mess some stuff up, especially when they ain't did nothing in their career yet. Mm-hmm. That's how they was positioning his father. But the flip is that it was condoned because the owner was like, yo, give him what he want. We got our quarterback of the future. Boom, boom, boom. All of that stuff. He reportedly came in the training camp his rookie year and ain't no shit.
As far as what?
Playbook.
Okay.
He looked bad from the start, G. Mm-hmm. And Jay Gruden, the head coach, is rumored to not want to have anything to do.
So this ain't RG3. This Jamarcus.
That's what I said. His word, like it's RG3 because of the family stuff. Because if you look at some of the rumors that was around RG3, his daddy was like heavily involved in stuff, trying to tell people what they should do with his son and all of that stuff. But when it come to work ethic, He ain't have it.
Yeah.
Coming in, he was looking bad in training camp. And Jay Gruden, the head coach, reportedly didn't want to have anything to do with Buddy. He didn't even want to draft him. He wanted Daniel Jones. And when they didn't get Daniel Jones, like, yo, let's get somebody else. And the owner was like, nope, we getting him. Mm-hmm. So then he starts play. Then he plays. He wins his first game, and he's not even there to take the snap for the kneel down so they could win the game. He's by the crowd taking selfies. Bruh, he really went to the crowd and was like, oh yeah, hey, let me take this picture. All right, boom, all right, congrats, thank you. And didn't think nothing of it. But they was like, yo, he might improve all this stuff. He might get better, okay. We're going to bring in Ron Rivera. Now, Ron Rivera wasn't brought in just to be a coach. He was brought in to change the atmosphere of that organization, not just on the field.
Was Dwayne Haskins? He was the starting quarterback the whole season. His rookie season.
Not the whole season. No, not the whole season because Case Keenum was there.
Right.
The whole season. But he was brought in to change the culture and the atmosphere of the Washington football team altogether. Yeah, not just on the field, but off the field. He trying to change everything. Well. You got to change the name. Then there's an article come out about sexual harassment, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So Ron Rivera walked into a shit show, ladies and gentlemen. So he got to do some things to change up the culture and the atmosphere and all of that. But he like, yo, we gonna give Buddy a chance. He trades for Kyle Allen. The backup quarterback that ended up starting when Cam Newton got hurt. He knows the offense, so we're gonna bring in a backup that knows the offense just in case Buddy mess up. Well, they gave him 4 games to do it, and then the 4th game, which
on top of the fact that they sitting on Alex Smith, who is prepared.
Yeah, well, they unsure about Alex Smith. Look, you unsure about somebody whose leg almost got cut off and he almost died. All right. Look, my little brother got a similar injury as Alex Smith. All right. I get scared if he fall. So Alex Smith, I'm gonna get scared. Whatever. But anyway, they ain't really trying to prop him out there. Even though Alex Smith played, they do good. So they give Dwayne Haskins a couple of games, and his best game against the Baltimore Ravens, which we all know how that defense is, he starts, even though they lose, he goes in the locker room and he starts gloating about, hey, man, that was a great game for me, at least. Fantasy team, and whoever got me on fantasy gonna be straight.
Call out my numbers, coach.
Ain't that right, coach?
Call out my number, coach.
Not gonna give me no half five. They bench his ass. And even after the benching, Buddy was like, whatever. All right, whatever.
I was thinking he male role models or something, bro.
No. What it is they enabled him as soon as he got in that organization. And then when Ron Rivera comes, they like, oh, well, we got the drill sergeant up in there, so maybe things will change. No, things didn't change. It got worse. So I don't mind them cutting him because I think he needs to be in a better situation than what he was in. And maybe it will humble him because, his from what was told to me in my office, from people close to that organization, Buddy ass ain't have it. It got to the point where they was like, yo, we'd rather have Trubisky, fam. Like, y'all sure?
Let me ask you this.
Like, y'all
now,
sure about
reports, that? Now, there are reports that just came out that him and his agent, just parted ways.
Yeah, that's a clear sign. That's a clear sign of fuckery, fam. Like,
so, what's a better quarterback situation for Dwayne Haskins?
Man, he got to go somewhere with a veteran, with a true vet. Like, if he was in a situation like New Orleans, like he would be in a better situation. He need an OG quarterback and an OG coach. that's really gonna be like, yo, this is what it is. Matter of fact, maybe Tampa Bay, because Tom Brady not going nowhere for the next 2 or 3 years, possibly. Maybe a situation like Tampa Bay where you go see somebody. And then if Byron Leftwich don't get a job, he reminds me of lot of Byron Leftwich. The same body type and all that stuff.
That's an accurate comparison.
Yeah. So maybe it's that where you go learn behind somebody. Mm-hmm. But it has to be an OG coach.
My boy Lewis, he a Tampa Bay fan. He said no.
Yeah, no, like nah. And it's not. I see DG talking about Indy. Nope. Nah. Because Phillip Rivers is done. And Jacoby gonna mess around and be up in New Orleans.
Phillip Rivers fuck around win the Super Bowl this year. Stop playing. Stop.
They mess around and they gotta hope people lose in order for them to get in the playoffs, G. And they gotta win.
Are they not in the playoffs yet? They haven't.
They not in the playoffs.
That's crazy too. I was gonna talk about this too, but
they gonna mess around and be 11-5 and not make it to the playoffs, G.
That's nuts.
Hey man, y'all tag D Son and tell him.
I was gonna say that too. Shout out to this NFL football season, Joe, because we're in a week 17.
Yeah, we thought this.
We're in a week 17. And everybody has something to play for.
Everybody,
like there's like no team that's like, oh yeah, we have to sit this person or none of that shit. I think that's dope. That's an off subject. Had to get to that real quick. But literally, no football team can sit their players. Everybody has something to play for. If you're in a playoff scenario,
no the Buffalo,
you got something to play for. Either home field advantage. Either a first round bye, and they only giving out one first round bye this year.
Bill Belichick will whoop Dwayne Haskins' ass.
Cam Newton didn't work.
Maybe Pittsburgh. Maybe. But Ben allegedly raped 2 people.
Bathroom Ben.
So, I don't know. Yeah, like bathroom Ben.
They got what you call it over there, right? Rudolph.
Yeah, nobody give a fuck about Mason Rudolph.
I think they like Mason Rudolph.
But nobody in the AFC East. I said allegedly on the bathroom bench shit. NFL Central, AFC Central, no Tampa, no Houston, no South. Man.
What about Detroit?
Because I think Detroit is gonna trade Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man, Buddy might be in bad shape. Carolina was rumored to be one of the teams that was interested in Dwayne Haskins too.
Okay. I don't see it. I don't see it, yo. I don't see it. I think he might have to try out first. He gonna have to try out.
Like I'm trying to think. Like there's not a lot of coaches with OG QBs that can really except for Drew Brees and Tom Brady. And Jameis is over there. Jameis got his issues, so he already got his joint. Yeah, you can't put him in no situation where he start.
Hey, Irk says Matthew Stafford going to Indianapolis. Some dude said it first.
It possibly. I can see that's one of the spots. 3 spots I can see him going to is New England, Indianapolis, and Atlanta. Okay. Because I don't think Matt Ryan is going to be there. Oh, Washington too. Washington's another team because I think Alex Smith retires this year. So So I think Washington is another team to look at.
What you're saying, Bang, is that the Colts are going to beat Jacksonville this week and be 11-5 and possibly not make the playoffs.
Yep, because if Baltimore wins if Cleveland wins, this is a wrap. So they could be 11-5 and not make it.
Well, they got the same record as Tennessee.
Matthew Stafford ain't coming here. They're not trading Matthew Stafford inside of the division. Hell no.
That's crazy.
Hell no, they're not. They're not trading him inside the division. Hell no. And the Bears not moving on from Trubisky. Hate to say it. But that ain't gonna happen too. But nah, man, the Dwayne Haskins situation, man, is wild, G. But it's a situation where you put it on yourself. He put it on himself, and I think that he has to be in a position in which there's an OG that's going to be able to hold them down.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't got that in the league no more. All these cats are like either mid or younger. Like I can't remember this many young quarterbacks that's dope since like the mid 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle, nah, I don't even see Seattle doing it.
Who is Seattle's backup quarterback?
I forgot buddy's name. But I don't see Seattle either. He's not even mobile enough.
49ers look like they got a quarterback situation going on over there, though, with Garoppolo.
But Garoppolo, he's going to be there. He ain't going nowhere.
Do 49ers believe in Garoppolo?
Geno Smith, who got stole off of because he owed the teammate money. He had a teammate that stole off. No, it was on when he was with the Jets.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
When the linebacker stole off his ass, asked for his money, and Geno was like, "Man, get your ass out of here." Bow. He's like, bow. Yeah.
Anybody find D-Son? No D-Son?
D-Son, he's scared, fam. He don't want D-Son. This. He don't want to explain himself. That's messed up. The worst take in the world, man. This man said that a wide receiver, nothing wrong with Randy Moss, but he said that a man that was rated the best player in NFL history is not better than Randy Moss, man. I hate to see it, fam. Before we move on, man, Ozone died today.
Crazy, bro.
Did y'all watch Breaking? Y'all should. I showed Trey clips of I showed him breaking a little bit. Y'all need to get on that. Mm-hmm. Y'all need to watch Breaking tonight. It is on demand. Okay. And he from the crib too. Mm-hmm. Ozone's from the crib. Cabrini Green. Y'all better watch. Y'all better stream the hell out of that. Stream it. It's one of the greatest hip hop movies of all time. Hey man, we gon' until D-Son come back, we gonna continue this going. Young Thug. He walked it back, but we gotta talk about it. Young Thug had said in an interview, with who was that interview with? It was with $1 million worth of game. He said that Jay-Z didn't have 30 songs people know for Stadium. Holy shit. He said Jay-Z don't got 30 songs. Now I know the biggest Jay-Z fan other than Jay Morg, I know is you. And you've been to enough Jay-Z concerts to know that this is false, right?
I guess I gotta watch it again. Can you play the audio real quick? I
don't even want to. Here's why I don't want to play the audio, because he walked it back. He walked it back. That's why I don't want to go. I don't want to kill him too deep, because he walked it back. But I'm gonna play devil's advocate because somebody said in the group, "Don't nobody be like, yo, play devil's advocate." I'm gonna play devil's advocate here a little bit. And it goes back to the Eras thing. I think us old heads gotta understand that these young cats don't really know Jay-Z like we do.
Young Thug is on a roll right now. First, it was
he talked 3000. I told you. I said during the Andre 3000 thing.
Andre 3000. Now it's Jay-Z.
Yeah, I say he talking too fast, and he even put on Instagram. He even put it on Instagram too. He put it up in the stories like, "Yo, I was just talking too fast. Don't sick Jay-Z on me because I was talking too fast." I just saw too many old people getting mad, Mike. That's the only thing.
There's no reason. First of all, if you're a Jay-Z fan, there's no reason to get upset at that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There's no. It's almost like the Drake
Jay-Z show.
Yeah, like you've been to a Jay-Z, you know it.
The Jay-Z show, there's really no need to get upset with
There's no need. Like, if you went to the B-sides concert, fam, he did 30 B-side songs and niggas knew it. He went to we know the answer.
Boy.
Know. But I had to realize something when I listened to the clip, and I was like, "Oh, he tweaked. He talking too fast." But then I thought to myself, "Oh man, these young cats don't know 30 Jay-Z songs. Oh man, they don't know it. And you ain't got to know it. Like if somebody were to say, "Hey, just throw 30 songs at you real quick," and be like, "Mike, spit all these songs to me." You're not gonna be able to do 30 right now. But at the concert, you're gonna know every word. It's like muscle memory.
Yep.
But I was just like, man, because I saw some of these kid takes, these shorties takes, these young cats takes, and they was like, man, I don't know why everybody tripping on Young Thug for, man. Don't nobody know no Jay-Z 30 Jay-Z songs. Like, oh, you know 30? All right, go ahead and spit 30 Jay-Z songs. Like, I really had to humble my old self, my old 38-year-old self, and be like, damn, man, these 20-year-olds don't know Jay-Z like we do. That's messed up. Because that means we washed. Yeah, because that means we washed.
Okay, that's means okay.
Hear me out. Hear me out here, ladies and gentlemen. And you can ask your uncle this. I want y'all to ask y'all uncle this, just like I asked y'all uncles to tell us about a 50-year-old woman who turned 50 in their prime and they was sexy. Because did you know Rue McClanahan was 50 when she did Golden Girls? But Regina Hall is 50? Like, that's what I'm talking about. But I digress. Go ask your uncle this. Let's go back to 88 when Guy came out. The 18, 19, 20-year-old person who knew all the words to Guy's first album was probably like, fuck the Temptations. They probably was like that. Nobody want to hear that old shit. David Ruffin. Nobody want to hear no David Ruffin. And what the other two guys do back there? What's the what Otis? Hey, they probably were saying nobody came to see Otis before David Ruffin said it in 1988. Yeah.
David Ruffin in the
right. Yeah. Hey. The new edition listener in 1989 when Indie Heartbreak is dropped, they don't care about the Four Tops. And oh man, I know 15 Four Top songs. Catfish, Make My Nature Rise. You don't know no B-sides. No. I don't and I don't think the Boys to Men Jodeci listener cared about the Temptations either. They care now because they're older, but in the moment, I really don't think that that's the case. Because as a young Jay-Z listener, I didn't give a damn about KRS-One. Now my old heads would be like, man, what you talking about? KRS-One's real hip-hop. Oh, you disappoint me. Disown you. You ain't my cousin no more. Hey. And I'm sitting there like, man, don't nobody care about no old KRS-One. Yeah, y'all talking about. But that's us now. Jay-Z 51, G. His first album dropped in 1996.
Yep.
My little brother was born in 1995. I don't expect him to care about Jay-Z music like I do. I don't.
What's the age demographic? What's the age demographic for Young Thug? What is his age demographic?
Oh, see, I'm glad that you said that. Now, the Young Thug thing is confusing to me too, because I really don't hear a lot of shorties being like, yo, let me go listen to Young Thug. I think
shorties, when you say shorties, what age are you saying? Like,
I mean, shit, I'm 38, so I'll say 18. I'll say 18 to 34.
18 to 34 is like the Young Thug.
Yeah.
Like the young.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
That
Siri popping off on me right now. Siri picking up the conversation.
But yeah, I'm confused. Like Young Thug is one of those artists that's confusing.
Chill, Siri.
Like
Young Thug.
Siri got you.
Siri got me right now playing Young Thug.
Okay, Young Thug is one of those artists that's confusing.
Yeah,
and it's not confusing because his style and all that stuff. Is where does he fit now?
Where does Thug fit right now? Like in the yeah, because you would think that like when you talk about the era, like we just talked about the era where we have Baby, Roddy Rich, you know what I'm saying? And wait, who was the other person that, and DaBaby. Like this is their time. But you would kind of think Thug is like on the outside looking in, sort of.
Yeah, like
I think he's on the outside of the era looking in. Like I think he's still one of those guys who's like one of the hottest artists in the game, and motherfuckers love him. But I think it's like
one of the hottest in the game now.
Like if you could say, like if you mention like hottest hip hop artists in the game, I'm pretty sure people will.
Okay, let me ask you this. And this is, and I see L say he's the Nate Dogg of the South. Here's my thing with that. Nate Dogg dropped an album, but we was like, still give us them hooks.
Right. But Thug dropped plenty of projects though.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Nate Dogg of the South. I'm wondering why he's not up there with some of the 3-4 names we talked about. He's supposed to be like.
I think that time has passed though. I think he's in that category where it was like where 21 Savage. Yeah, 21 Savage.
Yeah, like, you see what 21 Savage did? Came out with one of the better albums of this year.
Yeah, but Thug came out last year and arguably had one of the hottest albums of last year, according to the demographic.
So hear me out. I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah.
And you kind of mentioned it last week. I think we're getting to the point of what these old heads was telling us was going to start to happen, where the music that was about to become that they were saying will become forgettable is now forgettable. We forgot about them.
Yeah,
I think we're starting to get at that point where the backpack rapper was sitting up there like, man, nobody want to listen to no Young Thug. He ain't making no forever music. Ain't gonna forget about Young Thug. Blah 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 blah. And we ain't gonna be talking about that Young Thug. Play some Little Brother. I think we. I'm starting to think like we at that point now where we remember some of the glimpses.
Yeah. Right, we remember the glimpses. Everything that Thug did, and when we got to see a glimpse of him, was the era that he was in. He didn't dominate that era, but he was in it. He was in that era. Now that era has passed. Like I think when it really popped off for Young Thug was the Birdman. When he was kind of like when he was like following under Birdman, and they did the Rich Gang. Was it Rich Gang with him and Rich Homie Quan? And they had I think that's
Lifestyle.
When it really, Lifestyle. That's when it really kicked off for Thug. I think that was peak Thug. That was peak Thug. Yeah.
So did he peak too early?
Thug might have peaked too early because Thug's time is up now. All his youngins, like the guys that he's bringing in now, like what you call it is pretty much like a young him. Gunner and Lil Baby.
Okay. Let me ask you a question then. Is Young Thug this generation's Gucci?
Right, because Gucci birthed a lot of niggas and Young Thug is birthing a lot of niggas. So yeah, you could say that possibly. But I think Young Thug's impact on the game wasn't the same as Gucci's though.
No.
Gucci had a bigger impact than Thug has had on the game. So you could kind of say that in some way. But I feel like Thug will still be around, but like he's not the guy though. He's not the guy that we're going to. And but I can understand where I think the demographic probably does say, yeah, fuck Hov. We with that. We got a guest.
You got a guest up in here.
Can you hear us?
Yo, what it do?
Yo, what's
hey,
good?
Yo, what it is?
Chris Shields up in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Author, rapper, battle rapper, entrepreneur, father, husband.
He sells snacks now, y'all.
Basketball player. He sells snacks and things.
If you get something out of a vending machine, it's probably his.
Yes, CJ Fendi.
Trying to get it, man.
All that. What's going on? What's going on?
Slow mo, man. I can't call it, man. What's up with y'all fellas, man?
So let me just have you jump into this conversation that we having right now, right? We was talking about, Young Thug admittedly talking too fast, saying that Jay-Z don't have 30 songs that could jump off in the stadium. I don't know 30 songs that Young Thug can do in the stadium. This is not a diss to Young Thug. I just don't know the songs. But to flip that, looking at Young Thug, I think I would think in this era that we're in right now, Young Thug would be almost at the top of the list, but he's not. So question number one, do you think that, whether you're a fan of Young Thug or not, you can know his impact and stuff. Do you think he peaked too early?
Chris, you there?
Oh, my nigga froze on this, fan.
Did we lose Chris? Did we lose?
Mike, be Shields, because you the hype man for him.
That man, Chris, what you owe, bro? You on the iPhone 8 or something, bro? What you doing? I think we lost him.
We're gonna bring Shields back. Text him. So we got to bring him back. But I really want to know that. Matter of fact, I feel generous too.
Oh,
I feel generous too.
Generous?
Because I think a lot of people want to be up in there. I just dropped it up in there. Hey, if y'all want to join in and ask this question, and you on your laptop or whatever,
one at a time, y'all.
We're gonna see who want to jump in on this. It's the last show of the year. We almost done. D-Son Scared. The name of this episode is D-Son Scared Ass. I really want him to come up in here. Let's see if we get Shields back too. There we go.
We back yet?
We back. We back.
Good?
We
good.
We
can hear you, bro. You straight? Man. You was using the iPhone 8. You using the trap phone. How you gonna get on StreamYard with the trap phone?
Oh man, that's when you know you're doing it. You got that second phone. Hey man, do you think Young Thug peaked too early?
Bro, I would say nah. I don't think he peaked too early. Because the last two albums or two projects he dropped, they was doing some pretty good numbers. He did pretty good numbers on them. Music wise, I think that they made an impact. He had the banger with Chris Brown. I think he's still riding a solid wave out here right now. I would say so.
Okay.
Would you compare him to this generation's Gucci? How he's kind of birthed some of these rappers that you see right now? He ain't birthed as many as Gucci, but it's kind of like trending that he has he got a hand in Lil Baby. He took him off the street, told him to rap. Look what happened.
I think that's a solid comparison, but yeah, he definitely ain't got that like Gucci got damn near like a whole family tree out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he got branches that's going all kind of ways. I think that Young Thug definitely has he been a fixture in the sound of more of the younger artists. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely stamped his name and his lane in today's music for sure. That's without a doubt. He tweaked with the Jay-Z shit though.
Yeah, he tweaked. He even said it. He even said that he spoke too fast.
Yeah, he caught it real fast. He ran it back real fast.
Yeah, man, my bad. But no, he walked that back. Matter of fact, he had put on his Instagram story, "Don't have Jay-Z on me because this internet."
Did Thug say that he could do a stadium?
Y'all know what I meant.
Did Thug say he could do a stadium?
He said that.
So he could do Soldier Field, is what he's saying.
I don't think so.
Hell no. 30 songs in Soldier Field is what that Young Thug say he can do? No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nah, sir. I don't think so. That's where he got me too. Like, you can say whatever you want about Hov, bro. All right, cool. These Hov got 30 songs. All right, bro. All right, cool. But for you to be like, yo, I could do a stadium, 30 songs, and motherfuckers gonna rock with me. No. Not today, not now, not never.
Nigga, Jay can go in Soldier Field, nigga. Let the catalog run and they gotta say a word, and niggas will sing every, like, I've seen it like 3-4 times.
I seen it. Right. So you come in at the perfect time, Shields. Because I want to talk about 2021 now. But before we get to 2021, I do want to get your thoughts on the 2020 year in music. What are some of the joints that you was messing with? What's some of the joints that shocked and surprised you? Like, you ain't got to give me your top 5 list. I don't want you to do that, but definitely I want you to talk about some of the joints that you mess with and some of the ones that might have surprised you.
I got a stamp of what I call the year 2020, and before I say it, I just want to say, man, fuck you, Mike B. 2020 was the year of Griselda, man, in my opinion.
Shoot right off the bat, okay.
I call 2020, man, the year of Griselda, man. I think
okay,
Griselda...
look, let me stop you real quick. I'm gonna let you finish, but let me say this, okay? I appreciate you, Bang. Shout out to who else fuck with Griselda and was telling me like, yo, get with Griselda. OT, Smitty,
everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Pretty much everybody. I appreciate the Griselda wave. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. I'm cool with it. From here on now, I will lock in on any Griselda release. I still need to do some Griselda homework on some older records, on older releases. But I have no problem with anything that they dropped this year. I liked everything they dropped this year. And some of my favorite songs of the year either was a Griselda song or featured a Griselda artist. So I'm with it. All right. So shout out to the year of Griselda. Go ahead, Chris Shields. I'll let you finish now.
I told him not to listen to no old Griselda, especially after he did. That man came at them talking about some they beat sounded like Fruity Loops, and I was like, but Ninth Wonder producers on Fruity Loops, man.
It was never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. You be coming with the Griselda shade, fam. I be seeing you, fam. I be seeing you, man. But then get mad, man. Yeah. Right, exactly.
I'll get mad.
But yeah, I think 2020, man, was the year of Griselda, man. I think just what they did, man, Westside, Benny, Conway, I think as a whole, like that whole sound, it's a lot of guys who like been doing that sound and been rapping like that, but Griselda made everybody pay attention to all them other cats like a Rock Marciano. You got a Stove Guy Cooks, you got Boldy James, even guys like Ransom. Like, man, if y'all haven't listened to, like, if you like rap, like you want to hear somebody rapping, man, every project that Ransom has dropped in 2020 been like fire. You know what I'm saying? It's not your mainstream rap, but if you just want to throw something on and you want to hear some bars, man, from top to bottom, like Ransom been going crazy this year, man. Okay. Crazy. And I think he one of them guys that's super slept on.
Okay. So what you looking forward to? What you looking forward to in 2021? Like, there's a lot of people who ain't dropped. As I talked about earlier in the episode, the pandemic got people not dropping albums. They can't tour, they can't move around, but they got to drop sooner or later. So what you looking forward to in 2021?
Man, so a lot of people think that I like be like hating on this guy, but I don't really be hating on him. I just like, I'm looking for just one project to just blow me away. And he posted like a picture with these, you know, like 3 projects he like trying to drop before he retire. and that's J. Cole. Like, J. Cole can rap, but it's just something about J. Cole, man, I just can't get jiggy with. Like, from an album perspective, from start to finish, it's like he be having hits and misses, and it just be like a vibe and like it be like real melancholy. And I don't be looking for that from J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? So, like I was just talking about it like a couple days ago. Before he dropped For Your Eyes Only, he put out the joint False Prophets. Went crazy. So when he dropped False Prophets, I'm expecting the album where this man finna be going crazy. And then For Your Eyes Only came, and I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? So he you know, everybody looking to see what J. Cole gonna do, what Kendrick gonna do. You know, you got Drake project coming. On the R&B side, I'm looking for a project from SZA, a project from her. Rihanna, if we ever gonna, you know what I'm saying, get that, if we ever gonna pull her.
Hey, Rihanna not dropping until we good and we can move around. Like, that's the one artist who ain't dropping nothing until everybody take their shots and the pandemic is over. We moving around.
She getting too much money right now.
Too much money, G.
Yep.
Too much money.
But yeah, I'm definitely.
Go ahead.
Keep going, Shields.
But yeah, I'm looking to see what J. Cole gonna do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want them old melancholy, you know, down in the dumpster vibe. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, no, we passed that, man. We passed that, and I'm looking to see what Kendrick gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas around here talking about some dude said "Damn" was Huff.
It is.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it is. Damn is a great literary work. It is a great literary work. It won a Pulitzer Prize. It is a great literary work. But y'all ain't getting jiggy to Damn.
I think Damn was good. I think it was a solid album. I think it was a solid album. It's
solid.
Definitely
solid. Keyword
solid is
here.
Good. Solid is good.
Solid
is good.
Solid.
Maybe that's my Kendrick.
A solid album. That's good.
Maybe it's my Kendrick bias, but I rock with Damn like start to finish and listen to it frequently. But it could be my bias. You know what I'm saying?
No, Chris. You're literally the first and only person that has told me that what you just said. There's people, I won't name no names. But there's people who cape for that album, and the last time they heard that album is when it came out.
Jesus Christ.
I don't disagree with his take. But I've also known people that love that album. So it's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But I love To Pimp a Butterfly. And cats like, yo, To Pimp a Butterfly Huff. I'm like, all right. What you listen to don't make me bop. All right. I love that album.
Why you be throwing all that shade at J. Cole though, Shields? I was, you know what I'm saying? That
you know, sometimes, you know, I'm just a funny guy, man. That's all, you know what I mean? But, you know, I fuck with J. Cole, man. Like, it's not that I dislike J. Cole, but y'all already know what the Cole stands, you know, Cole, you know, y'all know what they do, man. Like,
is it the fans that make you not, that gives you a certain, the fans that give you a certain, like, perspective of J. Cole's music? Does the fans, like, sway you to make feel a certain way?
Bro, it's like that with anybody. We can pick anybody in any genre, business. We can go LeBron, Jordan, Beyonce, Cole, Kendrick. All they fans will make you just like it. They'll take you there. You know what I'm saying? And have you like just making statements that we know ain't really true. We know how great these people are, but you know, it seemed like it's going overboard though.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, what you looking forward to in 2021?
Music wise, you know what? It's tough to say. I don't really know because the only people that we really know that's gonna drop like know for sure that's gonna drop is technically what Drake and J. Cole. But I think when you was mentioning R&B shoes, I mean, we didn't get no Snow Allegra this year. Shout out to y'all two. Y'all were two of the people that was posting up Snow Allegra and Lucky Day, and y'all put me on to them. Y'all were two.
Because y'all houses was dirty. Me and Shields made sure y'all houses was clean.
They put me on to both Snow Allegra and Lucky Day. They dropped two of my favorite albums of 2019. So I definitely look forward to hearing something from them on the R&B side. I think I don't think I'm not looking forward to anything. Hopefully I get some surprises. You never know. We might get a Hove album. Who knows? We could get a Hove album out of nowhere.
It has been nappy for too long for him to not do some songs.
You say what?
His head been nappy for too long.
I know. Everybody knows that, when Jay's in that mode of growing his hair, so to speak, an album comes out.
He got a clip loaded.
Yeah.
I mean, he did drop an album. It was featuring Jay Electronica. I mean, he did drop an album featuring Jay Electronica. Yeah, man, same thing. I'm wondering if the big people gonna drop. Like, there's no diss to like the Freddie Gibbs and the Royce the 5'9" and some of these other artists. Because as I had said earlier, like to Cam, I was talking to Cam from the Port, and I had said, look, I think Freddie and Alchemist album would have been the best album of the year to me, no matter who dropped. So it's no diss to a cat like him, but I think that a lot of those albums got nominated because other people didn't drop. And so I'm looking forward to seeing the Hammer drop and really being, I would say, streaming wise, probably the biggest year we had. Because Drake dropping at the beginning of the year. Cole's dropping. I think Kendrick is gonna drop. I think if we're clear, all good to go towards the end of the year, Rihanna's dropping something. I think a lot of people on both sides of hip hop and R&B are gonna drop. We all gonna enjoy it. We gonna listen. We gonna be debating. I'm gonna be telling y'all what y'all listen to don't make me bop. When I say I don't like this J. Cole album, I'm not saying that I'm not a J. Cole fan, but I just know that the fans are gonna say that this is the greatest album ever as soon as they hit play. Like, they're not even going to listen to a minute. They're gonna listen to like 30 seconds and bust all on themselves. Like, oh, this is the greatest album ever. Oh, it's have no features. It's the third album in a row. He ain't got no features. So
I got a question, man.
What up?
So since we feel like a lot of the like heavyweights, what I'm saying, was really like holding off on unloading that clip because the world was on pause. It don't really look like we, taking that pause button off like no time soon as far as like the touring. So like, how these heavyweights gonna really make up for that gap, financial wise, with us really kind of still being in the same place we was back in March?
Man, I think that's the $30 billion question. I think it was an article on Variety that said that touring alone lost $30 billion. And you gotta, and I think, and this is why I was saying what I was saying about the Lil Wayne joint. Like, I realize that streaming ain't as profitable as a lot of people may think. I think it was Mariah Carey actually put out a tweet about the All I Want for Christmas Is You. And she even put in the tweet. She put in the tweet.
She said it.
Like, she said it, like, yo, we don't make. Imagine if instead of streaming it, Marks was going up to Best Buy and paying $5 for All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey be lit right now. She be happy as hell. She be about to go buy another car and all that shit. But with streaming, don't really happen like that.
Hey man, for some reason, though, there got to be somewhere to that though. Mariah got to be making a killing, bro.
She making a killing.
somehow, some way. Not necessarily if it's not on
she making a killing, but she's not making what she would have made if this was before Napster. Goddamn it! Like, yeah, you go to the store, you spend $9.99, $13.99, $15.99 for a CD. I'm getting more off of that than I am for a stream. Yeah. Way more for that. And you gotta stream that album so many times before it even counts as an album. Yeah. So that's why I was saying what I said last week. I mean, 2 weeks ago when it was about the Lil Wayne stuff, selling the publishing. With that being said, I don't know. Be like working in radio, like you seeing all these radio station shows get canceled. Like, so, like, you look at an artist like Lil Wayne eats off of his touring. Like, Lil Wayne is going to tour. He's going to do a couple of radio shows. I'm going to get that bag. I'm out. But you look at an artist like a Big Crit. When you look at an artist like Rhapsody, who are not going to do stadiums, but they're going to do these mid-sized venues. You know, you look at an artist who might open for them. Like, that hurts. This hurts them. So for an artist like a Jay-Z, I don't necessarily think it hurts them heavily because they are who they are and they're probably making more money off of outside projects than it is for music. The wild part of that is still we don't know what they got up in their pockets. We don't know how much is actual compared to liquid. So you might have all of your stuff tied up, but you got to try to do this tour. You got to try to do this tour to make this bread. And you can't. That's a problem for some cats. I don't know how you make this up. These virtual shows ain't going to be lit.
I was about to say virtual shows? Virtual tour?
Virtual, like, okay, let me ask you a question. Let me throw this out here.
Virtual concerts?
Let me throw this question out here. Jay-Z drop an album today. He drops an album today. But then he says that he's going to have a pay-per-view concert. He's going to charge $39.99 for pay-per-view.
Okay.
You spending $39.99 to look at a Jay-Z virtual concert?
Sure. Shit, I paid $150, $200 for a concert.
I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that you said that because you are the fan. But the casual fan's the one that's paying more than you to get up in the front just to say that they there, just to do the Instagram. I'll say this, and here's a prediction that might go wrong if these shots work. And Mike Webb, you're right. That first tour after Rona gonna be lit. Everybody gonna be there. But I wouldn't be surprised if a major artist works with one of these streaming platforms, like Beyonce with Netflix or Drake with HBO Go. Or I would not be surprised if an artist works with one of these big streaming platforms and they pay them to do the concert exclusively on that platform. So if I'm Jay-Z and Live Nation, and Live Nation gives me $100 million, because man, hell, Eddie Murphy got reportedly got $100 million do an hour worth of comedy. So you mean to tell me you can't give Jay-Z $100 million? Netflix can't give Jay-Z $100 million to do a concert that's going to be the most streamed concert on that platform?
Right.
We in there.
Now the issue is going to be the niggas who illegally stream it. The niggas who illegally stream it. That's going to be the issue.
You like, oh man, if you go to Netflix, then
no, I'm just saying, like if they do pay-per-view.
If they do pay-per-view, then yeah, illegal streams.
If they do pay-per-view, like, oh man, I'm about to go to Reddit and find the stream, fam.
Niggas definitely find stream on Reddit.
Nigga gonna have that link on the book showing it for everybody.
Man, somebody gonna be like this. Somebody gonna be like this. I got that concert, man. Right, hey, it's on live.
Yeah. That's why I think Netflix, something like Netflix or Amazon Prime, those would be like the target platforms for something of that caliber. I would think if something like that does happen. Or like, so obviously Jay owned Tidal, so obviously you could put the streaming shit on Tidal.
If he sell it, if he don't sell it.
Right. Saying there is rumors about him selling
Jack
Tidal.
Might be buying it. Jack, but no, I think I think that might be the play, depending on what might happen. You might get a streaming platform, go to a major artist and be like, yo, I'll pay you, do a concert, I'll pay you. And even social distance that shit. But I'll pay you to do a concert, and then boom. And you straight. And if it is a Jay-Z and a Tidal type of situation, then that's more about advertising dollars. Like, so, hey, we're going to do Tidal. Yo, we're going to do this concert on Tidal. I'm going to do a big concert. It's going to be an hour long. I'm bringing in all of these artists. We're going to do it. Advertiser come in and be like, yo, Budweiser come in and say, yo, I'm going to sponsor this. I'm going to give you this so much money. Then somebody else too. That's the only thing that I could think of until all of this clear up. And I don't think as far as major concerts, everybody being in one room, same time together, filled to capacity, I don't think that that's going to be done until 2022.
That's possible.
That's why
to answer your original question, like, I'm not looking forward necessarily to anything musically. It's more so I'm curious to see how 2021 is going to play out. I mean, at this point, I think we more so looking forward to who going to do a versus than who dropping an album. I think that's where we at
which may have been the biggest thing that saved music. Well, I won't say save music. My bad.
I think I still want the music, man. Just from like as a concert goer and somebody who likes that atmosphere, likes the energy, the vibe. I'm looking forward to being able to get back to that, but I don't necessarily have to have that to enjoy the music. You know what I'm saying? So come on, give me the album. Like, I need that in my life, but I can't wait until we get back to being able to, like you say, being all in one room. Soldier Field, or even if it's a small room venue, you know what I'm saying?
House of Blues, like that.
But give me the music though. Like, I'm cool with that.
I'm not a big concert goer anyway, because I might work something like for work or whatever. So I'm with you. Just give me the music. It's just that the unfortunate part of it is just for the other people. But I'm good. Like, Jay-Z could drop an album today, and I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna listen to it, and I ain't gotta go see you at the United Center.
But it's like what we've been saying though. It's like certain artists that we might love, that they need that extra boost. They need that touring. They need something. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna push that project. You know what I'm saying? So they look forward to it, especially. They need that. They need that bread, you know what I'm saying, off touring and everything like that for all they, core fans to come out and see them do these songs live after they just dropped a fire project. Some people might not want to waste the good music just on streams and they ain't finna get no bag off of it. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much that's how a lot of these artists are looking at it nowadays. So it's fucked up. It's a fucked up situation. So that's why I'm more so curious to see how, these artists are gonna, utilize and based off what we going through right now. So that's why I'm at.
What's so funny though is I keep seeing this if 2020 didn't bring the hustle out of you, then it ain't really in you. Like, what I'm saying? Like, get that bullshit out of here, man. Like, I ain't trying to hear that. But as an artist who in the music industry, like, I'm interested to see what other ways y'all gonna, you utilize, y'all fan bases to go get a bag, like, other than music. Because if the streams ain't really paying like that, you still gotta eat. You got families to feed. You got, entourages to take care of. Like, what y'all gonna do to be able to,
entourages is cut, fam.
Like,
entourage is
you running with an entourage and you ain't touring, bro. You hustling backwards,
bro. Hey, hey, the Weed Man got it. You got to go ahead and put the Weed Man on waivers right now.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you got to lay him off. Like, bruh, I can't even afford you right now, cuz. What you talking about? Hey,
right now, goddammit.
cut backs. And I'm not trying to go to jail for no PPP loan, fam. You know, you see,
Right.
Yeah.
I can't get this PPP loan and be like, yo, you my weed roller, fam. Like, no, you gotta really work. You're not trying to work, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna talk to you later. All right, man. This has been a good show. It's been a good
Shields,
show.
You a frequent listener of the pod. What's your favorite pod moment of Some Dude Pod? What's your favorite?
Favorite pod moment. It gotta be who?
Or what was the part that made you just say wow or like what the fuck or
shit, man? Probably your Griselda like hate, bro.
That's I told you.
Like one of my things, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, blew my mind, bro. I couldn't believe that shit, bro.
But look though, but look, maybe that shit's take. But look, every time I listen to a Griselda project, and it was a fire record. I screenshotted it to Chris, and I told him, I said, "Nigga, this heat, this cold. I fuck with these niggas." Like,
but then
cold.
on the next track, be like, man, get this damn Fruity Loops.
Benny the Butcher got one of my favorite projects. Benny the Butcher got one of my favorite projects of the year.
Nigga, I think you screenshotted me one joint though, nigga.
lying,
bro. On the real, I think it was one joint, bro.
Lying.
Lying. I gotta go back through the thread, bro. I gotta go back through the thread, man.
Mike be podcapping, ladies and gentlemen.
He's lying. He
podcapping.
Benny the Butcher got one of my favorite projects of 2020. Y'all niggas better stop playing. Burden of Proof is one of my favorite projects. Look, I'm gonna just go ahead. Look, bang, real quick before we even get up out of here. Top 5 albums of the year. Go ahead.
Man. Shoot. I it's hard. It's a lot of albums that came out that I mess with. I'll just say my favorite project is Reason. New Beginning. Okay. That's my favorite project this year.
I got 5.
I mean, but Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist Alfredo. You could put Conway joint up in there too. And Westside Gun.
Which
joint
one?
As well.
Dropped 3. Which one?
Pray for Paris.
Pray for Paris.
Yeah, Pray for Paris. So yeah, I got Reason. If you gotta force me to do it, I got Reason is my favorite project of the year, followed by Freddie Gibbs, Conway album, Pray for Paris. Lil Baby number 5.
Okay. Shields, what's your top 5?
Man, Alfredo number 1. I got From King to a God, Conway number 2. After that, man, it really could be like a toss-up. I could go Benny, Burden of Proof. Tough. I'm not a big Baby fan. You know what I'm saying? I listen to the album. It's cool. It may not, from top to bottom, may not be my cup of tea, but I know just from general consensus is up there. You could put that in there. You could put King Disease up there. I fuck with that. After my top 3 is really kind of like whatever with me, man. Top 3 though: Alfredo number 1, Conway From King to God number 2. After that, man, it's whatever.
Okay. All right. My top album, no specific order. Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof, Run the Jewels. I really like their album. Nas is my top album. That's my top album. Everything after that is you could put it in.
He's number 1.
That's my favorite. It's my favorite. That's my favorite album. I ain't say it's the number 1 album. It's my favorite album. That's my favorite album to drop this year.
You just said it. That Reason is in there too.
Yeah. That reason, I think more people got to listen to that Reason album so they can know what I'm talking about. Well, look, before you
I got
go
Benny.
Ahead. I thought you was finished. My bad. I was about to close out on
you. I really like 2 Chainz album, and shit, do I have 5? I have 5. If I had to throw an R&B, I'll probably throw an R&B album in there. I'll put Tiana Taylor right there. Like, that's 5.
And Omarion had a highly slept on R&B album this year.
Omarion album was fire. Omarion album was fire. It was fire. Omarion
album was fire. Well, one, Chris, thank you for jumping on. Definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you listening to the pod. Definitely appreciate your motivation. You know what I'm saying? Because you be on the book motivating a lot of folks, man. With all of your ventures and everything, you know, and taking what you got to take care of. So I salute you on that, and your great 2020 and much success for you in 2021. I'm just gonna end this off with final thoughts. I'll do mine's first because mine's is a little bit different. I appreciate everything that I've learned this year. I appreciate doing this pod. If you listen to me doing this pod, man, it's a lot has gone on. Y'all heard me at the beginning of the year sounding like like I was hoarse and everything, you know, maybe had that joint before it popped off. I don't know. But then you also heard me towards the end of the year with all of my health issues and everything. So one of the major things that I can say is that this pod and all of the pods that I do, shout out to Mike B with the First Black Champ joint that's on right now, has definitely been a help and a motivation, but also y'all checking out the pod, y'all sharing the pod, y'all sharing this Facebook link, y'all checking us out on YouTube, y'all helping the pods grow, y'all buying the merch. One of my favorite moments this year is seeing people grab the merch and put their Jordans with the merch. That right there to me was lit as hell. One of my favorite moments of the year. So y'all actually heard me deal with a lot through this pod, but I never let it dictate what goes on this pod. I'm always here to entertain y'all. I'm always here to have fun. I'm always here to mess with y'all hot takes, to tear it down, but also, you know, lift some of y'all hot takes up. So I appreciate everybody who shared this link, who shares our links, who shares our podcast, who talks about it with their friends, their water cooler. Only thing we ask you to do is to continue to do it. Had a dope conversation on Clubhouse the other day about just this. So not only share ours, man. Shouts out to Ryan, who has his own podcast. Shouts out to Camp from the Port, and Mike Jones with their podcast underneath the What Digital. Shouts out to everybody that's doing their own thing when it comes to the content. Don't be scared. Don't be no hoe. Put it in the Some Dude podcast group. We want a whole ecosystem with everybody's stuff. So we talking about it. We're breeding new content creators and all of that. But we can only do that if we love and support the content that comes out. So that's all I got, man. I appreciate all of y'all. Mike B, the floor is yours.
Shields, go ahead. Shout out your shit real quick, Shields. You got a lot of stuff going on right now. You know, just give it.
You got about 15, 16 things. We're going to be here all night.
That's all right.
Man, first, man, I appreciate the words they are, man. Like, you know, you the low-key legend himself, man. Just like the lanes may be different, man, but just seeing what y'all do and how y'all running y'all race, man, that's motivation. And that's, you know what I'm saying, energy that I feed off for myself and what I'm doing. But y'all can tap in with me, man, at 100grandforever.com. I got merch. I got the No Complaints All Thanks sweaters just like going crazy right now. Like it started off as something I just wanted to have some merch on my site, man. When people go buy the vending ebook, man, teaching them how to get into vending, man, and it done turned into like a whole business that's going crazy right now. Like when I looked at my earnings statement and I started in August, like nigga, the numbers is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful and I'm grateful for that, man. But yeah, 100grandforever.com, man. You can go in there, you can find you some merch. You can tap into the vending ebook, man, that'll teach you how to get yourself in the vending business, man. Earn some passive income for yourself, for your family, man. It's been a huge blessing for me. Opened up a whole lot of different investment opportunities for me, man. I got a lot of things going on. So I'm just thankful that I got into that, man. People look at it and be like, oh man, it's snacks and chips and drink. Man, it's a $30 billion industry. You know what I'm saying? You say Torn doing 30, you say Torn doing 30 billion. Man, vending is a $30 billion industry, man. And I'm just trying to tap in, man, and get my part, man. So yeah, definitely, like I say, tap in with me on there, 100gramsforever.com. On Instagram, you can find me at 747 Shields. Appreciate y'all
real
having
quick,
me, man.
Since I got y'all both on here, let me just ask this question again. I didn't ask it though. Google asked it. Is Maywood, Illinois ghetto?
Hey, and it just dawned on me, man. That might be my number 2 moment on some dude pod, man. I'm a Maywood nigga through and through, man. And dang, you disrespectful, man.
No. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain it. Let me explain it. Since I got Maywood legends on this joint. All Mike had to do was just state somebody who ran for something. Even I knew that. I spent a lot of my life and time in Maywood. You know my family. So if you know my family, you know I was there all the time. I used to live in Maywood twice. So technically I am too. However, Mike didn't know nothing. And all I did was go to Google, fam. And that was the most shocking thing that I've seen on Google all year. Because all I typed in was Maywood, Illinois. And one of the questions was, is Maywood, Illinois ghetto? And because I am a digital content manager, all I'm thinking is SEO. How is this possible? How many people Googled is Maywood, Illinois ghetto? So I had to make that the title.
Hey,
one for SEO purposes. Wait a minute, Mike. For SEO purposes, search engine optimization purposes, it was the perfect title because people search for it. Second of all, Mike didn't know nothing about Maywood, Illinois.
No, I didn't think about the political shit.
How,
politics, bro? Who running
if you
for
get
what?
In trouble, who you gonna go, fam?
I don't plan on living here much longer. Chill out, bro.
Oh,
I'm trying to get out like everybody else. Shout out to Maywood.
Hey, but y'all know, y'all know why niggas searching that though, man. They see all these Maywood niggas popping. They're like, man, let me see what's to this, man. They trying to do their homework on us and trying to see. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is.
Mm-hmm. Look, man, y'all brought celebrities to Maywood. Look, Shannon brought Monica to Maywood, fam.
Facts.
Brandy was brought to Maywood. Like people need to understand how many women was brought to Maywood just because the nigga was like, yo, you come in with me, I'm gonna show you where I'm from. And then just walk in the house and be like, come on, fam. Like, nah, y'all ain't that ghetto. I mean, certain parts.
Not at all. We got celebrities and legends, man.
Hey, at the end of the day, Maywood is still on the move. Maywood is on the move. Shout out to Maywood.
This nigga ain't shit. You talking about me? This nigga ain't shit.
Maywood is on the move. Shields know the fuck. But hey, man, yeah, I'm gonna end it off though, man. Shout out to JR Bang. Shout out to Chris Shields. 72 episodes of Some Dude Pod. We've been doing this for over a year. Bang already said it, man. We appreciate all y'all, man, sharing, the merch, sharing links. When we drop links to the pod, we appreciate all of that. We appreciate all the support. Make sure, man, when y'all go, if y'all listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure y'all drop that review. Make sure y'all leave a rating. That builds us up, and if you leave a rating and you leave a comment, that puts you in a running for some free merch. Are we still doing that, man? We can still do that.
Yes, fam. Look, I almost died, fam. Like, I wonder if Antoine's still on here. Fam, I almost died, fam. You know, and I had medical bills to pay. That come out my pocket. I got you in January, fam. And I'm about to move back home too, fam. God damn.
Man, you still ain't sent out that free merch, huh? I think you owe DG some merch, right?
Huh?
Do you owe DG some merch?
I still got his shirt. Shirt. Miriam laughed about that to me. And no, I'm not drinking Mickey's, fam. I can't drink anything. I have water. I still can't drink anything for a little bit. I didn't open the XO.
Shout out to the Mickey's beers, though. Shout out to the Mickey's.
Shout out to Mickey's. Actually, me and my homie Raw, who had called, we was talking about that shit. Mickey's you get drunk off Mickey's.
Oh yeah,
and then solve a puzzle.
That's my bowling alley beer right there.
Yeah, Joe be having you
drink that was the one of the small ones, maybe in the back. But anyway, though, like I said, man, shout out to
Joe be having you drink that shit, don't you?
Who?
Joe.
Who? Joe don't
drink.
Joe was a hard liquor drinker when we go to the bowling alley. I bring that shit in. I sneak the Mickey's in my bowling bag. Because you can't, like, they sell it in the bowling alley, bro, but that shit costs too much, though. You know what I'm saying? I bring my own Mickey's in, bro. But anyway, man, yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. It, man. 72 episodes in. I don't take this for granted at all. Once again, thank you, JR Bang, for bringing me on to do this with you, to get on here and, you know what I'm saying, dissect hot takes. And, you know, being you just, we getting it in on here, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody out there for supporting. Make sure y'all cop some merch for the Some Dude Pod. Make sure y'all cop Shields merch. I'm waiting on my no complaints, all thanks crew neck, because I was one of the first people to be like, yo, I need that. And I still ain't got it. But I got my other joint, though.
Did you buy it?
No. It was sold out. When I go on there, Shield shit selling like hotcakes, bro.
Let them know it's going crazy, bro.
This shit doing mad numbers.
You snooze.
I went on there like, bro,
this
the second time. This the second time I went on here and did cop this joint, but I copped another joint from him, though, so I still got that one in the tuck.
Oh, man.
So I might pull that out. I'm pulling that out soon. But
I'm at the 2X's now. Y'all see how lost weight in the face, fam?
I see Bang doing his thing in the gym. You doing your thing in the gym?
I'm not in the gym. I'm just Apple Fitness Plus right now. But no, I got my Apple Watch. I closed all my rings. Look at that. All my rings closed, nigga.
I'm gonna send you some merch, bro.
No, don't send nothing. Don't send nothing. I'm back at home March 1st.
Oh
yeah,
shit. All right.
So
yeah, I'm back March 1st. So we
good.
No,
but yeah, once again, we appreciate all the support, man. 2021, we plan on doing big things for Some Dude Pod. We plan on doing big
babies.
things. We got babies on deck. Bang coming home. You know what I'm saying?
Coming home. Having babies. Baby gonna be in the group too, because Mike gonna invite the baby in the group too, like he invited my wife in the group.
Some Dude Pod group is still a safe place. Still a safe zone.
Right. Wow, man.
It's still safe, bro. It's still a safe zone. We still a safe zone in Some Dude Pod, bro.
Man, close it out, fam.
You stupid. Hey, man, but that's it, man. Yo, that's a wrap. 2020. See you later. 2021. We coming to conquer it all, man. All right. So that's just what it is, man. Shout out to Chris Shields. Shout out to my bro JR Bang. We can't find D-Son. We don't know where he is. He ducked us.
Can't find him.
He ducked the smoke. He really ducked the Randy Moss, Jerry Rice smoke. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, fam. That man jumped in the comments and said, y'all should have invited us. Should have invited me on.
And invited him. And he said, let's go.
So
duck the smoke.
It is what it is, man.
Some Dude, we out.
Some Dude, we out, baby.